Hey, welcome back. We are talking about creating a more joyful life this month. Remember, we're taking our weight loss goal and we're just setting it off to the side for a minute, and we're just going to turn our attention to how can we create a more joyful life for you? How can we do that? One of my favorite ways to do this is diving into what makes you you, what makes you unique. What are your individual needs, natural gifts and talents? And one of my favorite ways to do that is exploring different personality type systems. Okay, I have three that I want to share with you today. So if this is your first time seeing these videos, welcome. My name is Danielle Dinkelman. I'm a national board certified health and wellness coach, and I'm a plant-based nutrition educator. And yeah, I do these videos every single week inside my YouTube channel, Healthy Living with Danielle Dinkelman. So glad you're here, glad you're with us. If you want more tips and insights about how to live a more joyful life and how to make your health and wellness journey more doable and enjoyable, you can click the link in the video description, and there's a link there to join my email list so you can get more of these to your inbox every single week in addition to these videos. All right, so let's talk about the top 3 personality profiling systems for living your truth and finding your joy. Now, I am a total nerd when it comes to understanding people. I am your classic people watching person. I love just understanding what makes people tick and what different people need and what their different perspectives on the world are. It fascinates me. But what's fascinating also is finding more about myself and then helping my clients find more about themselves. As we do that, we are able to tailor our day-to-day activities to what is most natural and nurturing to us as a unique individual. Okay, so let me share just really quickly 3 of the profiling systems that I have used and can vouch for. The first one is pretty basic. You've probably heard of it. It's the Myers-Briggs system. One of my favorite websites to use for finding out what your Myers-Briggs profile is it's called 16 Personalities, okay? I believe, yeah, 16personalities.com, the number 16personalities.com. And it's really affirming to put your information in there and, answer the questions the best you can and see the results that it gives you. And it really gives you long form paragraphs describing kind of how you move through the world and what your strengths are, and maybe some of the pitfalls and challenges that have shown up for you because of the type of person that you are. Now, that one, it's not my favorite. That's why I'm going first. I'm going to share this in order of preference. It can be almost like more complicated than it's worth. And I don't know, I want a system often that's just a little more simple and a little more user-friendly, which is why that brings me to my second one to share with you. I really like Carol Tuttle's energy profiling system. So my recommendation of learning more about that system is to just go directly to her book. It's called It's Just My Nature. Again, it's by Carol Tuttle. She has developed an entire other system around this that she calls Dressing Your Truth. Go for it, look into it, see if that resonates with you. I know that it's not for everybody, and that's totally fine. But what I really appreciate about energy profiling is that she breaks it down into 4 types. And this idea that we each we lead with one type, and then we have a secondary that really supports us and kind of puts some flavor and some complexity to how we show up in the world. But I really appreciate her perspective on, there's certain things that are learned behaviors that we think is part of our natural personality, but personality is definitely something that can be learned. And often what happens is if we show up as our true authentic self, mostly when we're children or teenagers, those things will get shamed out of us. They will get we will get nitpicky friends or parents or siblings that kind of harp on us about certain character traits. And so we adjust. We adopt these learned behaviors. We develop a different personality. We adapt. And that can sometimes lead to some problems, right? Because you think that's you, but it's not. It's a learned behavior. So I really like her idea of getting back to, okay, what did you come to this planet with? What's your true nature? What's your natural energy and movement? How do you best and most naturally move through the world? So look into that if you haven't yet. I have studied that system for a long, long time, and I have found it really, really useful. So just in the last year, maybe year and a half, I have come to learn about another system that oh, you guys, I'm so interested in this system. It's called human design, and it is a little out there, so you have to be pretty open-minded about it, but it is based on several different modalities, kind of all wrapped into one. And part of that, it is based on your birthday, your birthplace, and your birth time. So it has some astrology roots to it. And I know that's also not for everybody, but if that piques your interest, if you're open to it, give it a look and just see, as you look into it, does it resonate with you? If not, no problem. But if it does, I have found it to be incredibly affirming and helpful to add another layer of depth and complexity back to my understanding of me after spending a lot of time really focused on just the very simple 4 types of Carol Tuttle's energy profiling. So take it or leave it, but human design has been incredibly eye-opening for me. I've really enjoyed looking into it. I'm working on integrating it more into my coaching practice slowly but surely as I have some open-minded clients. I've been pulling what's called their human design chart and learning more about what makes them tick. So in human design, there's kind of like a basic level, and then you can really dive into the deep complexities of your chart. But even if you just started with knowing what your type is, what your strategy is, and what your authority is, it can really set you on a new path and really ground you in your own personal way of moving through your day. And I have found, anytime you look at different personality profiling systems, I don't know about you guys, but I look for the overlaps, right? So I'm always seeing like, oh, well, that type in Myers-Briggs is basically like type 2 in energy profiling. I cannot find a clean-cut line between energy profiling and human design. So it has been very intriguing to me. Anyway, so there's some systems for you to start looking into, and reach out to me. If you're on my email list, you can always hit reply to the emails that you get, the coaching tips and insights that I share with you. Hit reply and strike up a conversation. If you are enjoying these videos and you're getting this to your inbox, hit reply and let me know what you thought of each of these systems. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to talk with you about them. Like I said, I just find these absolutely fascinating, and it is so supportive to integrate this kind of perspective into your health and wellness journey, because it's really, really important to realize that the way you move through your health and wellness goals is going to look different. It needs to look different than the next person or the next. You have to tailor this to you to make it as doable and enjoyable as possible. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. And again, click the link in the description below to go ahead and get added to our email list so that you can get more coaching insights like this every single week. All right, keep watching. We've got another video or 2 coming in this series of how to live a more joyful life, more tools, more practices, more strategies coming for you soon. And I will see you then. Take care.